Like the startup disk is almost full, so I don't know if I can do this. My notes, but it's like a tape recorder. Here's the thing too, like that I don't see. Okay, again, like what he said is, it's frustrating not to know. I mean, he said, Assad said that he said that we say they're having a civil war, but that they're not. That they do is that they're having that we. He said that we're saying they're having a civil war, and that there's a unified group of rebels that oppose his dictatorship. But that what he says. Okay, he claims that sometime after 10 years ago, when he, I don't know, wanted to be a permanent member of the Security Council or something, that there were rebels, and that he had acknowledged that he thought their claims were legitimate, that something like that. Okay, but that he said that they're not having a civil war, that that what happened is he's saying that the jihad has brought foreign fighters from all over different places in the Middle East that he's saying are all somehow backed by like European governments and other governments, and they all have some, but they're all that are all these different groups showed up, and that they're not a unified group at all, and that it's not a civil war, and that like that's what he claimed. But I know, but we don't think that. But I mean, I don't know, but it's just that's what he said. But then, see, I think it'd be great to talk to somebody who's in history. Like, is anything he's saying true? Like, you know what I mean? There was a lot of that. Um, he says he's claiming there's not a civil war, that there's over 14 different groups that have nothing to do with each other, and that are all foreign they're not from Syria, that they showed up from different Middle Eastern countries, and that's what it is, and that we think it's a unified group of rebels who want to overthrow a dictator. That was like the debate. But what was weird is they started debating the statistics. Like they went back and forth about like we did. I wish they didn't do that, because I wanted to know, like, could they just say like, "Sir, you're lying," or "Foreign policy experts don't say that." But what they said is like, "Well, we heard it's that 50% of them are this or whatever," and he's like, "No, it's 90% of this," and they went and started arguing about percentages, which kind of goes one in the ear and out the other. But here's the weird thing you also want to know: is he lying? Like, he said that before all this happened, that he said that there was a legitimate opposition, and that he offered to change the constitution of his country to make it back to being like more, that he wanted it to be modernist, and that he was offering to change the constitution of the country to the legitimate demands of the rebellion. But then it changed, and now there's 14 different groups of different people from different parts of the Middle East showed up, and that they're all backed by European powers. Is that just all untrue? I don't know. But it's just that it goes by so fast, and it's hard to hear, and that on tonight's news it'll just be sound bites. It just leaves you with so many questions, is I guess my first reaction to that's the second thing that came up. I'm just taking notes. There's a lot to hear. But is that just all untrue? You wish you could ask somebody. I mean, Charles Krauthammer came on and he's just like, none of that's true. I believe that. I mean, I don't know. It's frustrating not to know. I wish I could ask somebody.